Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Jade Codes and I help you become a better software developer, one video at a time. By the end of this video, you have an advanced knowledge on how React functions for web development. So stay alert, stay sharp, and subscribe. So this is a React.js full course. So first of all, to get started, we have to know what React is. React is a JavaScript library for building user interface, especially single-page application where data updates dynamically and efficiently. To get started with React, you have to open your code editor. In this case, I've already created a folder called React Tutorials, and the first thing you will do is to open your terminal. Then, after opening your terminal, you have to install Node.js by going to the official Node.js website and doing that. But if you already have that in your computer, you can just check the version of your node by doing node a. As you can see, I'm using version 22.11.0. After that, you also have to confirm your npm because your npm works in hand with node to make your React project to be fluent. So it's always the same procedure. As you can see, I'm using version 11.1. So I think I'm good to go. Then the next thing you're going to do after doing this is to create a new React project with Vite. Back in the days, we don't need Vite to create a React project, but I think your raw npm create React app is having some issues. So right now, to create a React project, you have to work with Vite. And doing that, you simply run a line of code called npm create Vite at request. Press your enter key. Computer will start doing the work for you. You be given a list of prompts, and the first prompt you'll be given for you to put your project name. So let me just put my project name to be tutorials. After that, I want to work with React, so I'll simply go down to React. You have vanilla JavaScript, you have Vue, you have React, you have React, you have Blitz, you have Svelte, Solid, Quick, Angular, Marco. Various developers use this, but due to this is a React course, we are going to be working just with React. So you enter React. For learners, I will not use TypeScript in this course. I will just use your raw JavaScript. So I'll put JavaScript.js. After that, to direct you to another prompt, say done. Now run cd tutorials. CD simply means change directory. It directs you straight to the folder you have created to run all your codes or to run this particular project or to run the project you are going to be needing to or to do for your clients. So you just do cd tutorials. That's changing directory for you. Then you will now install all your dependencies. That is the code within the npm install. So install all dependencies. So you simply do the next step you do is to run the code npm install. So your computer will start installing all the dependencies you're going to need for this project. So just wait for it to be done, then we'll come back to the course. Alright, we are back. It has installed all the dependencies you need for your project. The next thing you will do is to run npm run them. So here in the prompt npm run dev. Your npm run dev will start your local server and give you a URL which you are going to use in this project. So let's explore our files in our tutorial folder. So let us start with the public folder. The public folder contains static assets. These files are not processed by files. This stores all the files that are just visible directly on your local host. They are all going to be under the public folder. The next folder to explore is our SRC folder. Our SRC folder or source folder is where all your React code lives. This is like the heart of your app. The key files in this source folder are your main.jsx. Now, this your main.jsx file is the entry point of your React app. It renders your app components into the root DOM element. So it's just like the entry point of your React app. When we are going along with the course, you understand more. The next file we are going to be exploring in our source folder is your app.jsx. Your app.jsx is the main component that holds the structure of your app. You build out your app from here by importing and using other components. When we are building more, when we are building a project, you understand further what I mean. But if you run this your localhost URL on your web browser, you will see something like this. This code here, this code inside this place now is what is visible here. The code inside here. Click on Byte and React logo to learn more. So it is you are seeing it, everything is visible here. So this is where you'll be building everything. Like this is just like the root of what your web browser sees. So everything you are building on your website is going to be linked to this page for it to be visible. So this is what your app.jsx folder do. Then your next folder or the next folder we are going to be talking about is your components folder. It's not here, but when you are building more, you get to know it. The components folder is used for reusable components. This is where you put every component that you can be using in different pages. Then the next folder that we're going to be talking on is your pages folder. The pages folder is used for different screens and roles. When we are building more, you understand. But all these folders are going to be inside this your source components. So the folder that we are going to be talking on one by one, let me just write them down so that you can get what I'm saying. Your components folder. This is where you store, as I said before, all your reusable components. For instance, let me make a component, let me call it blog. For instance, this blog.js file now is going to be used in maybe different pages of my in my website. So whatever I put here, let me add one, for instance. If I clear this now, I'm putting blog, as you can see, from components blog, that is from this the file under this your components folder. If you click it, it will import it here for you. Don't really need this, so let's clear it out. So when you now come to your home page, you are seeing it. It's here. You are the one. So If I create another reusable component now that I want to use, let me call it Dixon, for instance. Dixon.js, sorry, let me say Dixon is my guy, for instance. Now, if I now bring this component to my App.jsx, then it's going to be visible. But if I just create a Dixon.jsx here and come to my website, it's not showing here. When I now bring it to my App.jsx, I call it Dixon. As you can see, reusable components. So automatically import it into my page. So it's now visible. Dixon is my guy. So this is how reusable components under your components folder work. Then your page or your pages folder store all your pages. Sorry, mistake. New folder. Your pages folder store all your pages. This is going to come in handy when you are working with your routing system. When I start working on routes, for instance, you have your about us page, your contact page, every page you think of, yeah, that you're building on your web page or on your website is going to be visible in this your pages folder. So you are going to use what they call npm install React router done. That is a dependency you are going to download into your website that is going to enable you to be able to use it to link different pages. So it's a different part of the course that I'm going to still get into. It's called your routing or your routing system. Is where this folder is going to come in handy. So the next folder I'm going to be talking of in this video is your styles. Your styles folder, this is where you keep all your styling, your CSS or your SCSS file if you're not working with Tailwind. So this is where the folder comes in handy. This also helps in your web page optimization. This is the kind of code splitting. Instead of you putting everything in a folder, everything will becoming clustered, you simply just separate them into different folders to make it nice and good. So the last folder here is your assets folder. This is your assets folder. It's where you're going to store your images and fonts for your website. They are all going to be inside this your assets folder. So that is all for the folders. Then the next thing that is very important for your website or your React project is this file here called package.json. Then your package.json, this is a file that manages your project metadata and dependencies. There's every dependency in your website that you are building through React is going to be stored here. Every dependency that you need, as you can see, the name of my project next tutorials, see tutorials is here. Every other thing needed is going to be in this file. As you're installing more dependencies to be entering into this file. So that is how it works for your package.json. Then the last folder or the last file, sorry, we're taking on in this video is your vite.config file. Then in this file is used to set alias, plugin, and environment variables. This will come in handy when you are building your project and when you want to run your build in your project. It's going to come in handy. But along the course, you get to understand further because I'm going to be using a particular example or particular examples when the time comes. So that is it for this video. I hope you've learned a lot. I'll simply ask that you like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for the next topic this coming week. Thanks.